Hello. I think that this might be the most inspirational guitar I've ever had. Every time I pick it up, something fun, different or cool seems to come out, even if I do say so myself. Usually when I get a guitar in that I want to review, I like to do a quick first impressions video, but I didn't do that with this one. Instead, I took my time getting to know it a little bit better, and I'm really glad I did. So let's take a look at it. Hear some tones, look at the specs, and I'll go over my pros and cons with it. Okay, so this is a Gretsch Electromatic double jet with Bigsby in Firebird Red, or a G5441T for short. This one was made in China at the Yako plant in October 2015. So that's nine years old. Maths. Now, I'm very late to the Gretsch party, and I have to admit it's been a very cool world to explore. Confusing model names, unique designs, and sounds. I'm a fan. So, have you tried a Gretsch? What have you had? What have you got? Let me know in the comments. I really wish I'd tried one sooner. And of course, you'll probably recognise this as being very similar to the Gretsch Signature Series guitar of glam metal phenom shredder Hulk Hogan. And here we can see him with it at one of his championship wrestling matches, getting ready to serenade his opponent into submission. So, I've been Gretsch curious for quite some time. I even tried to turn my Squire Starcaster into a Gretsch, but we'll get into that later. So, I've pretty much been a single coil guy for the longest time, but lately I've been drawn to these sparkly, jangly, low output humbucker tones that we often see on Gretsch guitars, Firebirds or Rickenbackers, that kind of thing. And I always thought I wouldn't get on with the Gretsch neck profile, with its 12-inch radius, sort of high gloss on the back of the neck, rosewood fretboard and its weird 24.6-inch scale length. What's that all about? And that's why I tried to turn my Squire Starcaster into a Gretsch, to get that sound but maintain the Fender neck feel that j'adore.
J'adore.
was actually the look of the Gretsch Streamliner series that appealed to me the most, which is the series one tier lower than the Electromatics. The main differences being the Electromatic jet models are made in China and have blacktop Gretsch filtertrons, whereas the Streamliners are made in Indonesia and have standard humbuckers called broadtrons that are voiced to sound somewhere in between a filtertron and a humbucker. So possibly something for everyone. Or no one. The camera just died. Did you notice this is 4K, by the way? This is the first time I've tried 4K and the phone camera doesn't like it. It overheats and switches off. Let's call this an outtake. Anyway, Firebird Red. This isn't normally the colour. This isn't the colour I would normally go for. Let's call that another outtake. Haha! So this Firebird Red is also not the type of colour I would normally go for. But it's kind of cool. Here's what we missed when the camera went off. Different attire, as you can see. Anyway, so I'd always preferred the block inlays on the Streamliner series. So when this one came up locally used for a good price, I had some doubts about its authenticity, as it was advertised as an Electromatic, but it had the fancy block hump inlays. But after a couple emails exchanged with the seller and some Google results, turned out it was legit, and it's some kind of like almost special edition type thing. Anyway, carrying on. By the way, if you like liking videos and you've liked this video so far, then why not you give it a wee like now. Thank you. Right, so let's quickly talk about some specs. We've got a chambered basswood body with a laminated maple bound archtop. It's got a set-in mahogany neck, 12-inch radius, rosewood fretboard with the aforementioned hump block inlays, 22 nickel frets and a 43mm graphite nut. And as previously mentioned, the scale length is a rather quirky 24.6 inches. That's the only guitar I've ever seen with that. Do you know of any others? Anyway, we've got a pair of black top Filtertron pickups with individual volume controls, a master tone control and a master volume control, which is a pretty cool feature. All dressed in the G arrow knobs, and we have a 3-way selector switch which functions as you'd expect. The hardware is all chrome, vintage style tuners, and this licensed Bigsby trem is a B5 or a B50. I don't know, I'm not an expert, but there you go. It's a Bigsby trem. Kinda. Okay, so let's look at the pros and cons for me. I've got 5 pros and 4 cons. So starting with the pros, number 1, vibe.
At the vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, tell me the script.
I don't know if it's just something magic about this one, but it just oozes vibe, and it's just so much fun to play, and like I said before, very inspiring. Love it. Number 2, the pickups. I generally don't like humbuckers too much. There's a few exceptions. But I don't even think that these black top Filtertrons are highly regarded that much between Gretsch aficionados, but I like them.
I like it a lot.
They're bright, they're clear, and they've got a cool mid-range honk that I didn't expect I would like. Number 3, the neck. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on here.
I don't get it.
On paper, I shouldn't like this neck, but fret size, scale length, radius, the C shape, I don't know what it is, but something about this combo is working for me for some reason. And I don't know what it is. It's just so easy to play. Number 4, the design. I just like the look of it. I like the shape, the size, and that it has a trem. More on that in the cons section. I even like the shape and size of the switch tip. And these strap lock button things are cool. Although I had a bit of an issue with these ones. More on that in the cons section. And number 5 is this master volume knob. I don't know why I'm holding it like this, I'm weird. So the cool thing about this is you can have your bridge and neck humbuckers blended to whatever you want, and then you can control that blend with the master volume. Pretty cool if you want to take solos or something using the same tone. Blend. It's a feature that actually was on the original Starcaster design. It's a cool concept. I like it. I don't know why I'm holding this like that. Okay, cons. Number 1, the finish. In my opinion, Gretsch have some of the coolest finishes available, especially their metallics. But this Firebird Red, just not really digging it. It's just a bit meh. Number 2, the trem. I'd probably have to do a bit more research on how to set this up properly, maybe upgrade some parts, but it's very unstable and not that usable as is. Check out the clips. Number 3, the hump block inlays. As much as I like the look of them, I don't think they've been perfectly seated in the neck, because I can feel them kind of protruding a little bit, especially on the second string under my fingertip. It's like they're sticking out a bit. It doesn't affect the sound or anything. It has been a bit annoying, but I've actually been starting to get used to it. Number 4, the strap buttons. As I was saying before, I've been rehearsing with this guitar for weeks for an upcoming wedding gig where we were doing a new Beatles medley and a first dance where this tone was more suited. So I've been rehearsing with it for a few weeks, always sounding great, and then we get to the wedding, just getting ready to do the first dance, and boom! Strap falls off. Almost dropped the guitar, just caught it. They were cutting the cake at the time, so I quickly managed to grab my Strat, my Jet JS400, put it on the middle pickup and got close enough, but... So as you can see, this screws on and the screw stays in the body. And that's also supposed to be the same here. But the problem I had was, it caved in. There's now quite a big hole there, so I'll need to get that filled and repaired. As much as this is a cool design, it needs a bit of extra attention, so yeah, not ideal. I would change that if I got another Gretsch. So the question is, will I keep it? Well, here's where I'm at. I've dipped my toe in the Gretsch puddle, and I like it. I like it a lot. But I think I'd like to check out another one in a more interesting colour. Maybe even the same model. And I want to know if they all have the same vibe that this one has. And I don't think I could move this one on until I've found another one that's as vibey. So, Gretsch guitars. Which ones have you owned or tried or want to try out? Let me know in the comments. Have you tried one and didn't like it? Have you had any issues with them, like that strap button thing? Am I the very last one to the party? Let me know in the comments. Let's share. By the way, if you've not yet subscribed to the channel and you like this sort of thing, then please do consider hitting the wee subscribe button if you want to see more stuff like this. Although it's probably worse. This is the only 4K one. Sorry. Also, do you like live streams? If you do, I'll have a live stream every Thursday on this here channel at 7:30 PM UK. It's kind of interactive in that I do a community poll post on the Wednesday. You could vote on something, whatever the topic is, and then on the live stream we'll have a wee blether and we'll discuss it, and then it quickly goes off topic. But there you go. Good fun. Love to see you there if you can make it. Okay, if you got this far, thanks for watching. Until next time, See you later.